say this calls for action, and now, nip it in the bud.
Michelle Pfeiffer? The only true Catwoman is Julie Newmar, Lee Merriweather, or Eartha Kitt. And I didn't need molded plastic to improve my physique. Pure West.
Good morning, angels.
Good morning, Charlie.
I love it when a plan comes together.
It's time. Let's talk about music, movies, and mostly television from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. You know, the good stuff.
Good evening, one and all. Welcome to the Good Stuff Live. My name is Dave Sundstrom, and if you enjoy talking about music, movies, mostly TV from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, well, you've come to the right place. So tonight's a little different than my typical Wednesday night live stream. I have no guests with me. Wasn't sure that this live stream was actually going to happen. And so for that reason, I didn't send out any invites. I don't have any trivia planned, but I do have, what I thought I'd do is similar to what we do sometimes on our Sunday socials. I would visit with all of you and we can talk about whatever we want to talk about. But what I want to do first off is greet some of the folks that have been in the chat for quite a while. Let me say hi to some folks. We got Kenneth Wilkinson in the chat. We got John Collins, Superfan John Collins, Kevin Davis, Superfan Superplex, Superfan Lance Chafin. Let's see. Superplex says, I think tonight we'll be missing a lot of regulars. It's possible. First off, I didn't announce this live stream until this afternoon. And also, we're getting close to Christmas. There will be a lot of folks that have other plans due to holidays. Kevin Davis is absolutely correct when he says he thinks it just might be Dave. That's what you're stuck with tonight. All right, let's see. Who else do we have here? Kevin, well, let's just, I'll greet people as we go along, but let's have some conversation as we go. Kevin Davis says, if you haven't checked out Lost in Space on Netflix, you should. I'm guessing what he's saying there. And I watched season number 1 of Lost in Space. I have not returned to it. I think I started maybe the first episode of season 2, but for whatever reason, it didn't grab my attention the way season 1 had. And I need to go back because I believe we got season 2 and 3 now on Netflix. And I'm hearing good things about it. So I definitely want to return. Thanks for the recommendation, Kevin. Welcome to Kimberly Wiederhold. Welcome to the live stream. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to you. Superplex says normally there are 70 to 80 live streamers. John, right now we have 49 folks hanging out with us in the stream. Just bumped up to 51. David Thomas, Merry Christmas. Welcome to you. Superfan Spike Spikerson says it seems like the usual gang of suspects to me. And Superfan Lance Chafin is enjoying some Oreos and milk. Tasty, tasty treat there. How do you eat your Oreos? I like my Oreos. I kind of take them apart. And I have one piece with, the whole, all that white frosting in it. And then the other piece is the dipping piece. That's the piece that goes in milk. All right. Hey, Tracy Roth Myers. Good to have you with us here this evening. Let's see. Who else is here? I think I said hi to Jill already, but Superfan Jill Carter. Good to have you with us. Edward Myers is here. He says, hi, Dave, and all. Merry Christmas. I've got my eggnog and hot chocolate, and I'm ready for the show. No eggnog or hot chocolate here, Ed, but I've got my Diet Coke, so I'm a pretty darn happy camper because of that. DJ Mexicano de Texas says, hola, mi amigo, ¿cómo estás? Let's see who else is here. Emily Miller is here. Welcome, Emily. Good to have you with us as always. John H., Merry Christmas to you. Jason Goldtrap says, this is not a current picture, or that is not a current picture of Jason Goldtrap. Well, you got to bump up your game then. Let's get a current picture on there for us to see, Jason. Mars 5004, 5004. Hello. Good to see you here on the stream with us. And Danny Staten, greetings from Kaysville, Utah, my friend. Good to have you with us. Superfan Jill Carter says, thank you, Dave. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year as well. Well, the same to you, Jill Carter. Let's see. ElfDog100, Superfan ElfDog100, quoting the great Barney Fife. You got to nip it in the bud. And let's see what we've got here. Superflex is asking Danny Staten if there's been any recent Bigfoot sightings. Jason Goldtrap, superfan Jason Goldtrap says, Happy Festivus, the festival for the rest of us. And Jerry Gillespie says, Happy Holidays, Dave. My favorite Christmas episode is, of course, Andy Griffith. My second favorite is Dick Van Dyke's Christmas Show, with the entire cast singing and dancing, especially Mary Tyler Moore. Oh, both great Christmas episodes. Of course, I do have a favorite, which is the Andy Griffith one as well. You know, I was asked on Twitter, I think yesterday, what my favorite all-time TV special is, which is the Charlie Brown Christmas special. But I sure do love that Andy Griffith episode. And it's not really a Christmas special, but it's a special episode of the Andy Griffith Show during season 1. It's called A Christmas Story or The Christmas Story, and it's really wonderful. Looks like we've got our first super chat of the evening, so let me scroll down and get that, and then we'll get back to the chat. But I always want to prioritize super chat comments, and I'm supposing that this might be meaning, hey, Dave, I enjoyed your interview with Mr. Sci-Fi. I enjoyed the way he and you talk like old chums, and he is a major superstar. He is, John. Mark reached out to me about a month ago, and we're finally able to connect. But this guy, Mr. Sci-Fi, he is a feller who has written episodes of Star Trek The Next Generation, Sliders. He was the producer on Sliders. But for me, the magic is that he was involved in Super Friends going way back, which, as many of you know, longtime viewers of the channel, you know how near and dear that Saturday morning program is to me. And so when he reached out and said he would love to visit and wanted to talk about a few things, he's, of course, trying to promote Space Command, which is a new TV series that he's working on. It's a web-based program. So you can catch the first episode right there on his Mr. Sci-Fi YouTube channel. Really good stuff. Really impressive. Of course, you know, he's a talented writer, so I expected it to be enjoyable, and it was. So if you haven't watched the interview, I'd encourage you to do so. And if you just don't enjoy listening to me or, you know, interviews, whatever that kind of, if that's not your thing, I'd still encourage you to go into the description field of that video and click on the link for Space Command. Because if you're a fan of science fiction, you're going to enjoy that program. All right, let me scroll back up. Oh, first off, John Collins, let me give you a little thank you. I'm going to give you my new thank you. I think I have a brand new one here. And since you were the first one today, we'll go with that. If I can find it. Here we go.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks, John. Appreciate your support and appreciate the super chat there. All right. Let me see if I can scroll back up here. It's not letting me scroll as far as I'd like to, but let's see. We got Happy Festivus. I got that one. Here we go. Oh, Emily says that she is a northern neighbor, Danny Staten, to you. She's in North Carolina. Awesome. Awesome. Who else is here? Terrell Eugene Bellinger. He's actually the feller on Twitter who asked me what my favorite Christmas special was. To wit, I said, a Charlie Brown Christmas special. Let's see who else is here in the chat. Kristen, welcome. Matt Sweeney, welcome. GR, welcome. Oh, hey, there's the Life and Sad Ending. Hey, Steve, how's it going? Good to have you with us here on the live stream today. Crow Minion, welcome. Kelly Careless, welcome. Gary Barsetti, welcome. Good to have you here. Greetings from Kaysville to San Francisco. Conrad, welcome to the live stream. Yeah, from time to time, I do live streams. I actually try to do them every Wednesday. Not always on this channel. Sometimes on another channel that I have, but this one just kind of fell into place, and it's great to be able to visit with all of you on this Wednesday before Christmas. Sarita Abney, welcome. Good to have you here. Merry Christmas to you. Mars 5004. I think I said or Merry Christmas or hello to you already, but I'll say it again. Happy holidays. I'll try to cover all bases there with that comment. Shannon Burns, welcome. James Dye, welcome. Let's see. Jason Goldtrap. By the way, thanks for the emails, Jason. I haven't taken a look at the latest one. I will take a peek at that later on today. I don't know if he's posing this to me or to the chat, but it says, what is the most enjoyable thing you've done in 2021? In September, I went on a skunk ape hunt in the Green Swamp of Polk County, Florida. Holy cow. That sounds awesome. I don't know if I can compete with that. The most enjoyable thing I've done in 2021 is retired from a career of 28 years in the financial services industry. I'm really enjoying being retired. Let's see. John H., welcome. Lamont Bradford, welcome. Retro Serial, my buddy Ian down in southern Utah. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you in the chat. Rockzilla, good to have you here. Scrolling through, want to make sure I've got everybody. Bill Thompson is here. He thinks that I look a lot like Uncle Fester. Well, especially if I pull off the glasses. And then, it's a hoodie, but that doesn't help. I think it looks better, more like Uncle Fester if I do that. But get the glasses on. I'm not sure I have the Fester look going. Keith E., welcome. Good to have you with us. Let's see who else is here. Franklin Bolander, welcome. Bolander. Thrash Pondo Ponds. Good to have you with us. Enjoyed your video, your Marie or Not Marie comic book review video. Very fun. Let's see. Rockzula, welcome. Paul Rotter, welcome. Danny Staten says, hey, Dave, I spent the day in the woods searching for a lost 9-year-old kid. Videos this weekend on the Daily Dan blog. I sure hope you found that 9-year-old kid. That's all I can say. That's way more important than any quest for Bigfoot. If there's a child that's lost or endangered, I'm glad you were out there and doing what you could to help out. Thanks, Danny. All right. Ed Reed, welcome. Jim Backus, good to have you here. Says, as long as you have your Diet Coke, you're good to go for a while. That is so very true. Thank you for the reminder. Jose Bonito Martinez says, Dave, hello from Santa Clarita, California. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, my friend. Karen Lester, welcome. Superfan Lisa Fields, so good to have you with us this evening. Franklin Bolander's from northern Minnesota. I bet it's pretty cold there. It's actually fairly cold in Utah right now. Waking up in the morning to the high teens and low 20s. Kind of cold. Let's see. What else do we hear? Kelly Careless is from Ottawa, Ontario. Boy, man, I'm having a hard time saying that. Ontario, right? Canada. Don't forget to give Dave the thumbs up. Thanks for the reminder, Kelly. Appreciate that. And I'm so sorry for having a hard time with Ontario tonight. Rockzilla says, I like Red Skelton's Christmas show. I need to watch that one. I have not seen Red Skelton's Christmas show, and I don't know if he did one every year or if that's something that he did just one time, kind of like what Andy Griffith did, but definitely something I need to check out. Kenneth Wilkinson wants me to play some Lawrence Welk tonight. I might get to that later on. We'll see. The flash in the pan. Whoop, whoop. Good to have you here, my friend. Welcome. And Tom McCluskey, also known as Hungry Jerk. Good to have you with us. Cindy D, welcome. Good to have you with us in our live stream this evening in the chat. Thank you so much for joining us. Always a treat. Terrell Eugene Bellinger says, the Christmas Story is the only holiday episode that the Andy Griffith Show had done throughout its 8-season run. Correct. Did it during season 1. And you know what? Which is so good. I think they said, we can't top this. Let's not even try. It sure is a fun one to watch. Let's see. Kevin Davis says, my least favorite Rankin Bass special was the Frosty and Rudolph Christmas in July. Yeah, I think I've seen that once. Didn't love it. It's just doesn't have the magic, right? Franklin Bolander says, Andy Griffith not only had one Christmas episode, or had only one Christmas episode the entire series run. Yeah, it seems a bit strange, but it's just that good. I don't think they could top it, and I think they realize that. Emily Miller says she watches reruns of Sliders every day. Love that show. I did too. I particularly, that show was on Fox, and then it moved over to the Sci-Fi Network, I think, or USA. It might have been USA. And during those later seasons, the cast changed a little bit, and I don't think it had the budget that it did when it was on Fox. It was still enjoyable, but the first couple of seasons I liked an awful lot. Chrominion, welcome to the live stream, says never watched Sliders back in the day, but I'm watching it now and really enjoying it. Awesome. Good to hear. Let's see. James Dye says Sliders was totally underrated. Great show. Mr. Sci-Fi would be so happy to hear all of these great comments about the show that he was heavily involved in. Thrash Pondo Pond says Mr. Sci-Fi really knows his stuff. He sure does. Totally recommend those of you that haven't watched my interview with Mr. Sci-Fi to head on over to my channel and give it a watch. It's definitely worth your time. The feller's name is Mark Scott Zicree, or Zicree, I think is probably the better way to pronounce that, but really good stuff. Let's see. Kevin Davis says, I drive my wife nuts because I watch space shows. Kevin, I drive my wife nuts because I watch a whole bunch of nerdy, geeky shows, but it is what it is. I think it's our job as husbands to drive our wives nuts a little bit. Superplex asks if there are any fans of Sam and Max Saturday morning cartoon. I have not watched that one, so I can't call myself a fan, but be interested to know if anyone else was or is. Emily Miller says Andy Kaufman was such a great guy. He sure was. And did anybody enjoy the Man in the Moon biopic that came out a few years back? Really good stuff. Raja 1938, I'm glad you didn't forget the live stream. Howdy, my friend. Let's see. McGanahan Sky Jellyfetti, welcome. Good to have you with us. Emily says she's on Twitter. Awesome. I'll have to track you down on Twitter, Emily. All right. Carolyn Harmon's here. Awesome. Good to have you with us, Carolyn. And superfan Lisa Fields is here. Jason Coldrap, superfan Jason Coldrap, said Mystery Science Theater 3000 had a touching scene from their episode of Santa Claus Conquers the Martian with Gypsy and a manger scene. You know what? I haven't watched that. I watched some of that earlier this week, but I haven't seen the full movie since I was a kid. I definitely need to check that one out again. I had thoughts about potentially including that in a watch party live stream, but the problem is that it's only in the public domain here in the United States. Weird thing. And because of that, internationally, it still has copyright, and you run into some problems on YouTube once you start doing that. So, Superplex says we are almost up to 65 now. We're up to 76, my friend. And Ian, aka Retro Serial, says almost ready to give up Twitter. Don't do it. I love the Twitter. Let's see. Kimberly Wiederholtz says, my favorite Christmas special is Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Another good one. It's definitely in my top 5. And Miles High, welcome to the live stream, says, hi, Dave, and everyone from Nova Scotia. Awesome. Good to have you here with us. Miles High, always fun to see you in the chat. Keith E says, Merry Christmas from Tennessee. Yeehaw. Love it. You know, that yeehaw, I just got to play this real quick just for fun. We need another yeehaw. Yeehaw. Love it. Love it. Thanks, Keith E, for the Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to you, my friend. All right. Rachel in the 208 says, was Emmett Otter a Christmas special? That's my favorite. I think it was a Christmas special. And thanks for pointing that out or sharing that with us, Rachel in the 208. Rockzilla says, I loved Johnny Quest on Saturday mornings. Yeah, that's a great cartoon. Really kind of an innovative cartoon that, yeah, there are very few that are equal to that one. I really think a lot of Johnny Quest, and I really enjoyed not only the stories, which they weren't dumbed down for kids, but also I just thought the animation style in that was so good, which was later on the same guy was involved in the Planet of the Apes cartoon that played on NBC in the mid-70s. Very good stuff. Emily says, I love my Twitter. Been on it since 2010. I enjoy Twitter as well. It's a great way to connect with certain people and to get information, particularly trending information when you're trying to stay on top of certain news topics. All right. David Thomas says, Santa Claus is coming to town is also my favorite Rankin and Bass. It's not my favorite. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is my favorite Rankin Bass cartoon. So really love that. Let's see. Got another super chat from looks like it's from John Collins again. You might be reaching your limit already, my friend. Let me see if I can scroll up to it. I'm so far behind on everything, but I always want to prioritize the super chats. He says, Dave, please remind your wife that it is not a junk room. It's a virtual museum of nostalgia. And of course, John is referring to that which you see behind me. I like to think of it as the virtual museum of nostalgia. My wife, bless her heart, and she's probably correct, likes to think of it as more of a junk room. But speaking of that, you know what? There's no better time than now. I've got a envelope from my friend Pat McCormick, and I have yet to open it. It is still sealed. I started to tear it just a little bit, and then I thought, you know what? I'll save this for the live stream tonight. So let me go ahead and open this. And let's see what it says. Ho, ho, ho on the back of it. That's just a thoughtful little touch, a little ho, ho, ho on the back. Let's see what's in this. And before I do that, let me share also for folks. You know what? Let's do this. Well, no, let's open it up. I'm going to keep John's comment right on there. Let me see. What do we got here? Well, I see a blank cardboard, so there must be something else in here. Oh, yes, there is. OMG. Oh, my gosh. This is so freaking cool. Pat McCormick, you have surpassed yourself. This is it's going to be way too, let me see if I can, other way. You can't see it, but there's actually a note on there. And the note says, too much reflection. Sorry, folks. It says, to Dave, thanks for all you do, or for all the good stuff you do. Jerry Mathers, the Beaver. So let me see if we can. Yeah, there we go. We can see it there. That is awesome, Pat. You know what? Thank you so much. You are kind, and that's going to have a wonderful spot in the virtual museum. I'm going to put it right next to my, let's see if I can do one where it's not, there we go, my Andy Griffith autograph photo. And folks, if you want to make a submission to the virtual museum, have it unboxed on a live stream or in its own standalone video, I will go ahead and in just a moment, I will give you an address where you can send items, whether it's magazines, that kind of stuff. I'll be happy to review them and take a peek at them. And, well, you know, I love the good stuff. And that involves nostalgic pictures, magazines, old-timey stuff. Anyway, but first I want to thank John. Let me throw a little video love John's way. We're going to go with the church lady.
Well, isn't that special?
Thank you for your support, John. That truly is special. Appreciate it. I'm gonna have to say I think I'm gonna have to tell you to settle on down in terms of the super chats. You're generous and kind, but I want you to save that. Save some of your shekels for holiday treats, my friend. Holiday treats, which is an important thing this time of year. All right, let me scroll back up. Let's go here. Zuperplex says, Thrash Pondo, why aren't you on the live stream? I didn't send out invites tonight. I did not even know if I would be having a live stream. So it's not Thrash's fault. I always love having Thrash on the Thrash Pondo on the live stream. I'm going to throw a little address here. Like I said, anyone interested in sending me something to review or take a look at or share it on a live stream, there's the address. And then let's go back here and let's see what else we got. Jill Carter is from Chelsea, Michigan. Hopefully all is well in Chelsea. Rachel in 208 says, I love Red Skelton. And Lisa A says, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you as well, Lisa. Flash the Pan asks if we got snow. We sure did. We got a bunch of snow last week. We probably got 5 or 6 inches on the ground. Crominion says, Red Skelton was a comedy genius. Loved that guy. Lisa Fields, superfan Lisa Fields, says, I love the Mr. Magoo Christmas Carol. That's a great one, too. I really loved watching that when I was younger as well. See, Emily Miller says, it's 41 here in North Carolina, and that's too darn cold. I would like 41 right now, frankly. But it is, I agree, it's a little too cold. Kevin Davis says, please no Welk. Well, I haven't felt the gumption or the desire to play Welk yet, but you never know, Kevin. It's hard for me to make promises. The old gamer Chuck Skoll says, hi, gang. Hey to you, Chuck. Good to have you with us. Let's see. Kenneth Wilkinson is wishing us all a happy holidays, a Merry Christmas from Cold Rhode Island. Let's see. Yeah, good question, McGanahan, Sky Jelly Fatty. Why did the Adventures of Superman never have a Christmas episode? Great question. Should have had one. Jeff Krebs, welcome to the live stream. Good to have you here all the way from Toronto. Yeah, it's a solo mission tonight. I just didn't even know if I was going to have a live stream. Superfan Jill Carter says, love the Waltons Homecoming. I do too. Great TV movie. Doesn't have all the regular actors from the Waltons TV series on it. Patricia Neal played Olivia Walton in that, but still really good, really enjoyable. John H. says, Leave It to Beaver never had a Christmas episode. I don't consider Beaver's haircut to be a Christmas episode, nor do I. Let's see. Superfan Lisa Field says, Kenneth, I went to college in Providence. It was freezing worse in New York. So we're apparently conversation in the chat around where it's colder. Superplex, Superfan Superplex says T-Pons. In other words, to Thrash Pondo, do you have a large comic book collection? I suspect that he might. John H. says Brady Bunch had one, but reran it the next Christmas. And then, of course, there's A Very Brady Christmas movie, which is awesome. I know Mama Pink has made numerous references to it as something that she enjoys watching during the holiday season. Don't see her in the chat right now, but shout out to her as well. Let's see. Jason Goldtrap, superfan Jason Goldtrap. JG in Orlando says it's 55 and he's freezing. Daryl Johnston, it's good to have you with us. Flash in the Pan, welcome. Superfan Blackadder, also known as Justin Aylett, welcome. He said Three's Company only had that one Christmas episode as well, and it was great. And it was. You're right. So true there. I'm going to try to catch up a little bit on the chat. I'm falling so far behind. T-Bomb Tabo Mystery Science Theater 3K. It's a hard one to say, but I see the Mystery Science Theater 3K at the end of that handle. Says, remember the Fat Albert Christmas special? Sure do. It was great. Loved it. I'm a big fan of Fat Albert. Regardless of everything that's going on with Cosby, I still love Fat Albert. Let's see. We got, yes, he did. Jim Carrey rocked the role in Man in the Moon as Andy Kaufman. And John H. says that he has a copy of Mark Scott Zickery's first book, The Twilight Zone Companion, now in its 3rd edition, by the way. I have the 2nd edition. I'm thinking about picking up the 3rd one. Let's see. Miles High says, Dave, I once stopped dating a girl because she said she didn't like Star Trek. You know what? Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. One of these days, I'll tell a story about how I almost blew it with my wife because she fell asleep. Well, I'm telling the story now. She fell asleep while we were watching Batman, the first one. Batman, the first Batman movie with Michael Keaton. So not the first one, the 1989 one. She fell asleep while we were watching. It was one of our early dates, and I got mad and told her we needed to leave. And I almost lost the love of my life. So we got to be careful on those things. But I totally respect your decision, Miles High. Let's see. There's another super chat. Let me get to that super chat. Scrolling on down. Scrolling past John's super chat there. I am so far behind. I'm sorry, folks. It is just one of those, you guys are so engaged in the chat. Can I get to it by clicking on it here? No, if I can't. I can keep going. It's from ElfDog100, and I just got to find it here. Scrolling through. There it is. ElfDog100 says, hi, Dave. Merry Christmas. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is one of my favorites, and can I get some Ed Grimley? You sure can, my friend. Ed Grimley coming your way right now. Let me see what I can do. I got to find Ed, but always a pleasure to play a little bit of Ed Grimley. Huge Martin Short fan. Thanks for your support, ElfDog100. Truly appreciate it, and Merry Christmas to you, my friend. All right, so let's do this. We're 34 minutes into this live stream. We'll go for another half hour or so, but I do have some commercial messages. We've got to take care of the sponsors, right? So let's do that, and then I will be back in just a moment.
Dear Santa, I want a Fighting Frankie action figure, but not Fighting Frankie. I want the bad guy with a laser and reversible face, but not the bad guy with a laser. I don't know what the heck he's talking about. Horse out! Dear Santa, I want a Fighting Frankie action figure. Another horse? Here, this will help.
Get a Polaroid one-step camera for under $25, and maybe you'll get what you want this year.
A joyous holiday gift, The Nutcracker, performed by the Bolshoi Ballet with Mrs. Betty Ford as storyteller. Then Father Knows Best, Home for Christmas.
It's a little hard to tell people your children aren't coming home for Christmas.
The Anderson family faces an emotional holiday. Next is Dean Martin's Christmas in California with Dean and guests including Linda Lavin, Chico and the Man's Gabriel Melgar, and Jonathan Winters. The Nutcracker, Father Knows Best, Home for Christmas, and Dean Martin's Christmas in California. Sunday starting at 7, 6 Central Time.
It with love, grow apple trees, honey bees, and snow white turtle doves. I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. I'd like to buy the world a coat and keep it company. That's the song I sing. I'd like to teach the world to sing. To buy the world a coat and keep it company.
All right. Welcome back. Now that we've taken care of our sponsors, let me see what we've got going on here in the chat again. I'm not going to be able to scroll back all the way to where we were just because I'm about 20 minutes behind in the chat. I just can't keep up with the chat tonight. You guys are super engaged. Trucking with a Tablet, welcome to the live stream, says, Dave, what's your favorite version of Christmas Carol? Mine is George C. Scott. That's a good question. I really enjoyed the Patrick Stewart version. I didn't mind the Disney version with Jim Carrey, although I think a lot of folks were creeped out by the animation on that. And I enjoyed the Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol. There was so here's one that if I have to think about like what version of Christmas Carol I enjoy the very, very most. There was a TV series in the late 60s, early 70s called The Ghost and Mrs. Muir. And it was based on the old movie from the 40s where this widow moves into a home there where the ghost of an old sea captain lives. And in the television version, Charles Nelson Riley plays a character in the show Uncle Ned. And they take on this version of A Christmas Carol. And, you know, so many TV shows have done their own version of Christmas Carol. But I really enjoy that one for just the sheer fact that it's Charles Nelson Riley, who CNR is one of my favorites. He's a very funny guy, underrated, loved him in Lidsville, loved him in Bewitched, loved him on Match Game. I mean, the guy was just a genius, comedic genius, and I don't think he gets enough credit these days for what he did in terms of entertaining a generation. All right. Let's see. Gunsmoke. Didn't Gunsmoke have a Christmas show with Jack Elam? I do not know the answer to that question. We'll see if someone else does. Let's see. Raja 1938 says The Adventures of Superman had such a sporadic production schedule. My guess is they could never time it to air during the holiday season. Yeah, The Adventures of Superman, after the first season with Phyllis Coates as Lois Lane, it took an entire year off as they were trying to figure out if it was going to move forward. When by the time they decided on a second season, Phyllis Coates wasn't available anymore, and Noel Neill took over the role of Lois Lane. But you're right, there was a very sporadic production schedule for that show. Even after the final season, I think there was conversation prior to George Reeves' tragic death of picking it up for another seventh season. Is it 6 or 7? I can't remember how many seasons that show ran, but another season afterwards, which of course didn't happen once George left us. All right. Terrell Eugene Bellinger says, do any of you have a personal favorite Doctor Who from the Tom Baker era? Oh, Doctor Who episode from the Tom Baker era. I do not. I didn't watch a ton of the Tom Baker era Doctor Who's, although I've heard nothing but good things about Tom Baker as the Doctor. Holy cow, KH, 14 degrees in Minnesota. Merry Christmas to you. Let's see. Oh, Danny Staten says, I just saw Christmas with the Cranks last night. Love me some Jamie Lee Curtis. A new classic for me. Yeah, I do like that one. As a matter of fact, I enjoyed it quite a bit. And it's based on the John Grisham short novel, Skipping Christmas. So if you are interested in reading more about a similar story, of course, they made numerous changes for the movie, but Skipping Christmas is pretty darn good too. Let's see. Claude Dowdy's with us. Hello to you. Welcome to the live stream. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Emily says, Kenneth, in my entire 53 years in North Carolina, I've never been to our coast, Virginia and South Carolina. Sure, but not North Carolina. Holy cow. Let's see. And McGanahan Sky Jelly Fetty says, I don't remember if Batman had a Christmas episode or not. Santa Claus, I was going to say Superman, Santa Claus came out of the window as Batman and Robin were climbing up a building, but I don't recall a Christmas-themed episode of the 1966 TV series with Adam West and Burt Ward. Let's see, Chrominion, hey, to you as well. Raja 1938, yes, I agree. Fat Albert Halloween special was tops. It's very good. Not tops for me. Keep in mind, Charlie Brown Christmas special. Maybe that just shows my age, but for me, that's the creme de la creme. Let's see. Dave Claroni says in Maine, 27 degrees, snow, sleet, freezing rain. Merry Christmas. Was there a Welcome Back Kotter Christmas episode? I don't recall one, but I could be wrong. Jason Coltrap said the same thing I just did about Santa appearing in the window. Let's see. Trekking with a Tablet says, Dave, you missed the He-Man and She-Ra Christmas special. I did. I've never seen that. So something I guess I can look forward to. Superfan John Collins says, hey, Dave, I bet they could very easily make that new Ron and Clint Howard book into a very good movie. I bet they could find an awesome director. And I suspect at some point they might. By the way, the book that John's referring to is called The Boys. I think I go all the way over here. You can see it better. Yeah, and if I tilt it just that way. And John, again, thank you for sending me a copy. I'm really looking forward to reading that. Let me face the microphone as I'm talking. I'm really looking forward to reading that as I have a little more time here during the holidays. Paul Rotter says Batman smells. Well, that's what the song says. And Batmobile loses its will and Robin laid an egg. As a kid, I got to tell you, I was such a Batman fan. As a kid, I hated that song anytime anyone would sing it. Now, keep in mind, this was the 70s, and Batman hadn't experienced the renaissance that the Caped Crusader has over the past couple of decades. And, the best we got was a little bit of Batman on Scooby-Doo and then Super Friends. And when kids would sing that song, I would get so defensive of Batman. How dare you? So let's see. Lance Chaffin says, see another super chat, but not mine. Thinking of canceling my membership. Dave needs a moderator. I never saw your super chat, John. I am so sorry. I'm just going to scroll through. And even if I had a moderator tonight, John, I wouldn't have had the moderator with me because Lance. This is because I was unable to really determine whether I was able to do the live stream tonight. I can't see your super chat. I am so sorry. And I will give you a little bit of love anyway, Lance, because you are great. And here's the thing about the membership. I really appreciate you guys all being those of you that have chosen to be super fans. Appreciate it. It's awesome, and I really do value the support. But please, 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 if you choose to click on that little join button there, I think it's a couple bucks a month. And what I try to do is I try to give folks advance notice to, or advance previews of certain videos, prioritize responses to comments when they comment on videos, that kind of stuff. But please don't feel like you have to. Please don't. And please don't do it if for any reason you can't, it's not something you really can afford to do. I don't want you to do that. And that holds true for super chats as well. Please don't. And also, please don't threaten me with canceling it in the chats. Okay? I feel badly when I miss something, and but that's not what I would want folks to do either. All right, let's keep moving. And later on, Lance, I will go and I will find that super chat and do my best to respond to you personally afterwards. Let's see. Like I said, just a lot going on. Yeah, no Pat tonight. Someone made Tom is asking, where's Pat tonight? I don't know where Pat is. You know what? It's close to Christmas. He's probably got some sort of holiday party to go to. Let's see. Karen Lee Maloney is here. Welcome. Yeah, very thoughtful gift, Pat. Thank you very much. And thanks for the comment, and welcome to the live stream, Karen Lee. Always great. Merry Christmas to you. And Lance is mad. I'm sorry that I missed his super chat. That's Gosh darn it. Michael Staunton. Hello from Ireland. Good to have you with us, my friend. Let's see. And Brenda Bunch, welcome as well. I'm catching up on some of these comments here. Let me see what else we got going on. Lance Chafin says, I see another. Oh, that's the one I just read. Okay, let's keep moving. Mark Enger says that he liked the Star Trek where Spock played Santa. I don't remember that one, but sounds like a good one. I'll have to track it down. Terrell Eugene Bellinger says the very first episode of The Simpsons that aired on December 17th, 1989 was a Christmas episode titled Simpsons Roasting on an Open Fire. That's true. And boy, oh boy, did I enjoy that first episode of The Simpsons. And really, over the course of the next 5-6 years, The Simpsons got better with every single season. Now, I think at this point where it's been on TV since 1989, so 30 plus years, I think it's probably seen its best days are behind it, but it still is enjoyable. I caught an episode from the latest season a few weeks back and really enjoyed watching it again. Just good, fun humor. Disney Plus has all of the episodes. They're streaming them, and I really enjoy that. Let's see. What else do we got here? Cindy D says she loved that Coke commercial. So do I. I love that song. Let's see. And what else do we have? Rockzilla says, I like It's a Wonderful Life. Well, I like it too. I think it's great. And it's one of my favorite movies, if not my favorite holiday movie. You know what? I kind of tranche them into like decades, but from early on, that's definitely my favorite holiday movie. We do have another super chat from John Collins. Let me go ahead and take a peek at that one. Oh, yeah. Okay, so John Collins says, Dave, please explain that StreamYard doesn't let you see the free super chat. So that's a good point. If, for example, I was scrolling through the comments, I'm seeing that Lance Chaffin, who is a super fan of the channel, has become a little bit upset that I'm not seeing his super chat. If he's referring to the free members chat, when I'm in StreamYard running the live stream, they do not have the technology for me to be able to see that yet. It just shows up as a normal comment. And I'm not able to pick that out of the pack and highlight it and speak to it. So I've spoken to StreamYard about that, and hopefully in the future they will be able to do that for us. But at this point, I just don't see those free super chats that come courtesy of your monthly membership. So thanks for pointing that out, John. Let me throw another thank you for that super chat your way, my friend. And there have been some requests for Lawrence. We'll do a little Lawrence here.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's the nicest thing that anyone's ever done for me.
One more.
Thank you very, very, very much.
So thank you, John. Thanks for kind of reading perhaps between the lines and what was going on there. I truly appreciate that. And let me remind everybody that I would appreciate a thumbs up for this live stream this evening.
Hey folks, if you're enjoying this live stream, be like the Fonz and give it a thumbs up. Hey.
All right, so let's get going. Let me see if I can catch up on some of the chats here. Again, I'm not going to see them all. Let's see. Biles High says the Simpsons cast voices are slowly dying off. Yeah, they are. But it's great to have it's great they're still making those episodes. It's wonderful. Let's see. Justin, aka Blackadder, says, yeah, after season 10, it went downhill fast. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's downhill or rather that it just doesn't have just the same level of innovation, creativity that it once had, and that's to be expected when you've had 10 seasons of a show. Let's see. Yeah, another super chat from John, and I appreciate him at least letting me know that perhaps what was happening via the super chat. Truly appreciate it. Dave Claroni asks, how do I become a super fan? It's really that simple, Dave. You can just go under any video that I have, and I've got a picture here of the one that I did on Adrian's Med a while back. On any video, you can click on the join button, Dave. It's $2 a month, $1.99, and really what it gets you, some sneak previews to some of my videos, not all. It gets you, I prioritize my responses to comments. Obviously, I'm going to, those folks that are supporting me financially, I'm going to respond to their comments first, or at least try to give them a little love that way. And speaking of love, they get my appreciation. So that is really what comes with the membership at this point. Oh yeah, there's one other thing. We do a members only live stream once a month. We'll be doing that at the end of this month again, and it's kind of fun. We have a little, last time we had folks call in, we did a little call-in show. So good times for those folks that are interested. Thanks for asking, Dave. Let's see. Oh yeah, sorry about that. The Welk came your way. All right. Well, Kenneth, I aim to please. See what I can do. I have a nice little Christmas song that we'll play at the end here tonight. It's not Lawrence Welk, but if you're a fan of Lawrence Welk, it's Patty Page, and I think you'll enjoy that immensely. Daryl Johnston says 77 people watching. Hit the like button. Ooh, I couldn't agree more. Please do. And Thrash Pondo says, wouldn't Fonzie be having a great white Xmas? What can we say about Fonzie and jumping the shark? That episode of Happy Days gave us a term that we all know and use from time to time as well. Kevin, it would be great to have you join. I'd appreciate it. Always appreciate the support. Let's see. Cindy D says her phone went off and she missed Lawrence Welk. Now she's crying. Oh, don't worry. We'll play it again some other time. And let's see what else we have. Oh, Daryl Johnston says, speaking of the honeymooners, if you haven't heard Art Carney's 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, it's really cool. Speaking of Art Carney, there's a Twilight Zone episode, something about the Meek, Night of the Meek, maybe is what the title is, that is just phenomenal. It's a Christmas episode with Art Carney, Twilight Zone. Track it down, people. You won't regret it. Also has another one of my favorite actors in it, Burt Mustin. Let's see what else we got here. Tracy Rothmeyer says you guys are all great here. Have a Merry Christmas. And guess who showed up? Al Oduwardi showed up. Wonderful to have you with us as well. Yes, The Night of the Meek is the title of that Twilight Zone episode. And he played in that episode, yes, it was on tape, and I'm trying to get to that. There we go. Daryl's comment. He played a Santa, and it's just a really heartwarming, touching episode. Let's see what else we got. Superplex says, Brian Bushnell, you seem to have the same problem as Lance. Dave can't see your super chat contribution. Yeah, what's going on there is you're probably using your free member chat. Everybody gets a free super chat as a member, and the StreamYard, the service I use for my live streams, it doesn't highlight those for me. So there's potential that there's a comment in here that I just haven't. There's so many comments that I just skipped over it because I did not know that it was the member chat. So that's entirely possible. Sorry about that, folks. That's why I don't make a big deal out of that as a feature of membership, is because right now I don't have a way to address that. So Mark Anger says the Archies was a cool tune. I like the song at the end. I love Sugar Sugar, great song by the Archies. Emily Miller says Twilight Zone had some great Christmas episodes. Yep, Night of the Meek. That's where Art Carney plays a drunken Santa. And John Collins says, I like The Christmas Prayer by Andy Griffith. I like everything by Andy Griffith, John. KH says, Burt Mustin was wonderful, started acting later in life, so there's still hope. Yeah, I did a video on Burt, and he is, he's an inspiration. Yeah, sorry, Brian or Byron and Lance. I'm sorry to ignore you. Let me assure you that it was never my intent. Let's see. Conrad says he doesn't see the join button on either iPad or iPhone. It's possible that that's only available on the web and that it's not you don't see that on the tablet and phone versions of YouTube. Entirely possible. Cindy D says, I love Lucy's Christmas episode is a classic. CBS airs it every year. Lucy says it was never sold in syndication. Yeah, I love that one as well. And Trucking with the Tablet says, Dave, the X-Files did an episode called Jumping the Shark. Yes, sharks were involved because Chris Carter wanted to acknowledge the show had gone that far. That's funny. Yes, Bill Mummy was in a number of Twilight Zone episodes, and Karen Lee Maloney says that Burt Mustin growing up seemed to be in everything. He sure did, and I sure do love him. And Justin Aylett points out that you can only sign up for a membership via desktop. Thank you for the clarification. I do see another super chat. Let me get to that one real quick. And it is from Byron Bushnell. He says, I just wanted to wish you and your family a Merry Christmas. So thank you very much for the super chat, Byron. And it looks like you are a super fan as well. So thank you so much for that. Appreciate the comment and happy holidays. Merry Christmas to you as well. And let me throw a little video love your way as well. And then I'm going to throw one Lance's way. Maybe I already did. I can't remember, but I'm going to anyway. But here's one for Byron.
You are special.
And here's one for Lance. All right. Happy holidays to one and all. Thanks again for that, Byron. Truly appreciated. Let's see. Emily Miller says the join button is on the phone is the $sign. Well, there you go. Thanks for the clarification. Appreciate that, Emily. Let's see. Justin Aylett, also known as Black Adder, says the Office UK Christmas special is one of the top 3. I haven't ever seen that, but I'm a really big fan of Ricky Gervais, so I should probably check that out. Let's see. What else do we have? Twilight Zone, this is from Greg Miller. Twilight Zone also had an episode called The Changing of the Guard. Huh. I haven't ever seen that one. It sounds like one that I'll check it out. Emily Miller says, I became a super fan from my phone. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining, Emily. I believe you've been a member in the past as well. Thanks you so much for doing that. Let's see. Oh, he says, this is to everyone in the chat. You should all listen to Charlie Daniels, A Carolina Christmas. I haven't heard that song. I've heard all the classics by Charlie Daniels, at least the ones that I know, like In America, Devil Went Down to Georgia. But I don't recall that song. I'll have to check it out. James Dice says, I liked when the Apollo 8 astronauts read from Genesis on Christmas while orbiting the moon. How cool is that? Yeah. Let's see. Conrad says, I just learned that Bill Mumy is from San Gabriel, California, but about 10 years earlier. There you go. He's also one half of Barnes and Barnes, who also sang that great song, Fish Heads. Roly-poly fish heads. Eat them up. Yum. Al Bundy 59, good to have you with us. Thank you so much, sir. Let's see. Adam's Family Christmas is another one of Tracy Rothmeyer's favorites. Let's see. Oh, Superplex says Robin versus Kato. Batman was never better. Yes, the villain was Colonel Gum. And the crossover between the Green Hornet and Batman was phenomenal. Paul Rotter says that Mumy was in the first episode of Netflix's Lost in Space. I didn't see him in there. I'll have to go back and watch it again. Let's see. Yes, Emily is indeed a super sweet woman. And this looks like someone that we probably just ought to I don't have a moderator, but probably someone that we need to take out of our, I'm going to block that user so that we don't get any more spam from that person. And let's see. Oh, well, that's okay, Emily. Like I said, I appreciate the support when folks can, but I also understand that it's not something that people are always able to do. Not a big deal. Let's see. Alo Duarte says Twilight Zone had the one with the animated toys in the barrel episode with the bum, soldier, clown, bell ringer. I haven't seen that episode. And Daryl Johnson says, I love fish heads. Yeah, I did too. I used to grow up, as I was growing up, Dr. Demento would be on Sunday evenings at, I want to say 10 p.m. It seems a little late for me now, but 10 p.m. and maybe it was from 8 to 10 p.m. But I loved listening to that. And he'd do a countdown at the end of each 2-hour radio show. And, you know, the top 5 funniest songs. And Fish Heads was frequently right up there at the top. Let's see. McGanahan Sky Jellyfetty says that Fish Heads was his wedding song, or their wedding song. Let's see. Quite the song to have as your wedding song. Let's see. Movie World Comics, welcome to the live stream, says, I think 5 characters in search of an exit would qualify as a Christmas special. I don't recall that one. And John H. says, I don't think Gomer had a Christmas special. And you're right, John. I am doing the best that I can here. Jason Goldtrap, superfan Jason Goldtrap, says, Gilligan's Island Christmas with Alan Hale Jr. as Santa Claus. Classic episode. Muppet Family Christmas. Hey, Josh Sings. How's it going? And Terrell Eugene Bellinger said, Friends has done a Thanksgiving episode for every single season, but they had a few good Christmas ones as well, especially the one with the holiday armadillo. That's one to track down. Superfan Lisa Fields is signing off. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to you as well. And let's see what else we got here. Justin says that it doesn't look like he can join from his phone. So it may depend on the phone you have. It may also depend on the version of YouTube that you have. If you haven't updated your version of YouTube that you have on your phone, it's possible that that's not there. Yes, Cro-Minion, another classic song. I'd rather have a bottle in front of me than a frontal lobotomy. I love that song. Let's see. David Thomas says Agatha Christie's Poirot had 2 Christmas stories. I haven't seen a lot of them. I've seen some movies with Hercule Poirot in them, but I haven't seen a lot of like the TV shows, particularly stuff that came from the BBC that shows over here on PBS. Oh, Paul Rotter says they're coming to take me away. Ha ha, they're coming to take me away. Oh, to the funny farm where life is wonderful and I'll be happy with all those fine young men in their nice white outfits. Something like that. All right, let's see what else we got here. You know, I think it's about time to wrap this thing up. So I'll play a few things out as we exit here. So if you want to hang on and stick around for a little bit, I do have another super chat here popping in. So let me address that real quick. It's from John H. They say 5 characters in search of an exit. Oh, it's a Twilight Zone. This is the one with the characters that were in the barrel. Is on MeTV tonight at midnight. Okay, I'm watching it tonight. I'm on. Thank you so much, John. I'll check this one out. Sounds like a really good one. I'm a big William Wyndham fan. So Blackadder, a.k.a. Justin Aylett, got me into, well, I knew of William Wyndham, but we were talking about they're tearing down Tim Riley's Bar, which is from an episode of Night Gallery that Rod Serling wrote that William Wyndham starred in. And I just grew to love him even more as an actor after kind of spending some time analyzing that episode and looking at the work that he did on that. So thank you for the tip. I'll be watching it tonight. I do have one more. Let me give a little love to our friend John H. How about some Spidey love?
Someone is trying to embarrass me.
Thanks so much, John H. Truly appreciated. By the way, I did see Spider-Man No Way Home a few days ago. Really loved it. Not going to do a review on that one. I think a lot of folks have already seen. There's so many reviews out on that movie, and it's great. So if you're a Spider-Man fan and if you've enjoyed the Spider-Man movies, go see it. You will have a blast. Let me get to that other super chat here real quick. And this one's from Maganahan Sky Jellyfetty. He says, have a few Diet Cokes on me, Uncle Dave. God bless you, my friend. You are kind. Merry Christmas to you. Cheers, Maganahan. Truly appreciated. Let me throw a little love your way. We'll go with Jimmy Walker.
Pure dynamite!
Yeah. That super chat is pure dynamite, my friend. Thank you so much. I will definitely put it towards a few Diet Cokes, and Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you, Paul Rotter. Let's see. Yeah, Merry Christmas, Tracy Roth Myers. Oh, Dave Thomas says he's going to see Spider-Man No Way Home on Christmas Eve. Awesome. And Raja1938 says, used to watch The Electric Company only to watch Spider-Man. You and me both. I mean, when Spider-Man started showing up on The Electric Company, that was for me, even though they were so, low budget, no special effects really, silly stories. I just loved seeing live action Spider-Man. I was so excited. Merry Christmas to you, Steve. Merry Christmas to you. The Josh Sings, Merry Christmas. Tom, Merry Christmas. Kenneth, Merry Christmas. Miles, hi, Merry Christmas. Let's see. Jason Goldtrap says, I need to do a video on the Super Friends episode of the Titanic coming to life. Strangest thing ever. I don't know if I recall that episode. I will definitely check it out. Superfan Superplex, good night. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year to you. Lance, sorry, pal. So sorry. Sorry I missed it. But Merry Christmas to you, my friend. Cindy D, Merry Christmas. Ed Myers, Merry Christmas. Kimberly Wiederhold, Merry Christmas. To all of you. Everybody that's been in the chat tonight, thank you so much for being part of this YouTube community, for being supportive of my efforts, this hobby of mine. Truly appreciate it. I really enjoy making the videos, and I certainly enjoy connecting with all of you during, through the live streams as well. So Merry Christmas. If you celebrate Kwanzaa or Hanukkah, I sure hope the holiday season has been special for you as well. Whatever you do, I just hope that it's been time for you to connect with your families and just really, really connect in the ways that are most important. Sure, holiday specials and movies and TV shows and all that stuff's great, but at the end of the day, it's the friendships, the relationships we have, and this time of year is time for us to come together, and hopefully you will all have a chance to do that. And thank you for coming together tonight, connecting with me in this way. All right, folks, have a great night, and with that, like I said, I think we'll play a few videos on the way out. But other than that, happy holidays to one and to all.
Silent night, oh
May I take just a moment to express our wish to all of you that peace on earth, goodwill towards all men, will remain in the hearts of all people. And may your every hope, wish, and prayer be answered and fulfilled through the coming year.
Bah humbug.
Gather round, children. Let me tell you a story.
Christmas morning, I ran down the stairs. I ran toward the fireplace. I flew through the air. I looked in my stocking. There was no Christmas joy. I got a stupid stocking stuffer instead of a toy. I got fruit. I got fruit. I got a freaking orange, yeah. I got fruit. I got fruit. I got a freaking orange, yeah, yeah. So I looked at my mother. I looked at my dad. I asked, why would Santa bring me something stupid like that? Of all of the things that I had asked Santa for, why would he get my stocking stuffer at a grocery store? I got fruit. I got fruit. I got a freaking orange, yeah. I got fruit. I got fruit. I got a freaking orange, yeah, yeah. 30 years later, I have my own kids. They run down the staircase exactly like I did. They look in their stockings and tears fill their eyes. I feel their pain as they realize that they got fruit. They got a freaking orange, yeah. They got fruit. Maybe you were just naughty this year. They got a freaking orange, yeah, yeah. They got a stupid stocking stuffer. Fruit. A stupid stocking stuffer. Fruit. A stupid stocking stuffer. A stupid stocking stuffer. Fruit. A stupid stocking stuffer. Fruit. A stupid stocking stuffer. They got fruit. They got fruit. They got a freaking orange, yeah, yeah. They got fruit. They got fruit. They got a freaking orange, yeah, yeah. They got fruit.
Yeah, it really kind of sucked. Of course, it wasn't as bad as the year we got the peanuts in the bottom of our stocking. Or the year when we got a pencil and eraser. It was an orange.